Evercore Heroes is a competitive player versus the environment experience that is going to pit 4 teams of 4 against each other. Join me as I walk you through this beginner's guide on how to play Evercore Heroes. So you queue up, the queue pops, and now you have to choose a hero. Do not hit confirm on this menu. Once you click confirm, you will lose access to this little icon here. And this icon lets you view what on earth your hero can do before you get into the match, which will let you at least see what you're able to do. On this side here, you have the power. Think of it like a relic or a rune. It gives you a certain advantage in a match, from disrupting foes to healing yourself. I've been enjoying this pink potion because having an on-demand heal is great when you're still learning, because you're gonna make mistakes. Now, finally, we have talents. These will alter how your champion plays, but since you're new, leave these on default, and you can worry more about them once you have more experience. Now you're gonna load in and a lot of things are gonna be in front of you. This is a basic breakdown of what the UI does. The game starts and you have 20 seconds to look at your map. The map is made up of a few critical areas. This purple crystal is the home base. These small circles are map objectives, and every team is looking to capture them. These war horns can be captured once per farming phase and give you static rewards. These non-war horns are called gauntlets, which are little pots that grow in value the longer it sits unclaimed on the map. The first team to claim the gauntlet takes the pot and resets it back to its default value. Now, these larger circles are where the Loom Rush objectives will be, which are timed events that your team will compete in to gain strength. Now, all of these objectives do different things and vary per match. So mousing over each of your objectives to try and plan a route with your team will be crucial to your success. In general, you're going to move objective to objective with your team, and you can figure out your own little priority system later. You and your team are going to work together to destroy as many enemies as possible. This is going to gain you experience and gold, which can be used to make you stronger. So get out there, destroy some stuff, and claim some objectives. You will notice that one of these larger Loom Rush circles is going to start to pulse. This is going to tell you where the first Loom Rush contest will be later in the match. And after a certain amount of time passes, a timer will begin to count down, telling you that that's when the first Loom Rush is going to begin and signaling you to get your butts over there. So that timer hits 0, and now the second phase of our play loop is going to begin, the Loom Rush. Now, I should say that Loom is just a special word for your base's health. You want as much of this stuff as possible so you can stay in the game longer. Loom Rush is going to pit you and the other teams against each other on a shared objective. How you do here dictates how much loom you are going to acquire. Place as high as you can, because next is base defense. I will say, when the Loom Rush ends, they do a good job of telling you where to go. Make sure you click the portal, it sends you right back to town. Now brace yourself, because hordes upon hordes of enemies are now coming for your core. You have to work with your team to make sure the enemies don't get to your core. Your goal in this phase is just to outlast one other team, because the first team to have their core hit 0 is eliminated from the match. Now the loop repeats once more. You farm, you Loom Rush, and then you defend. Assuming you make it to the final 2 teams, you now have a head-to-head contest, where you kill a big boss, defend a core, or do whatever the screen tells you to do. It's winner takes all, so play your heart out. But if you could believe it, we still aren't done with this video. I want to draw your attention to a few more things, and let's start around the town where this core is. There's a little merchant here that sells standardized items. These items all cost gold, which is why you gotta go out and take out all the baddies to get gold. If you don't like those items much, don't worry. Scattered in the massive jungle area, there's also a rare item shop. These items are more impactful, but they're also way more expensive. Now, if none of those items do it for you, that's okay. Throughout the map, there's these purple crystals, and you can roll your dice and see what item you get when you break it. Around town, there is also a little shrine. This shrine heals your wounds over time and can be useful in a pinch if your healer's down and you're desperate. And finally, in town, there's this little bounty board. Interacting with the bounty board will mark an enemy with a bounty. Fulfill your bounty and your team gets rewarded with an item that gets sold for some good gold. I recommend starting a bounty as you pass through town, and then you'll be able to collect those bounties as you wander around. I will also note that you can start a new bounty the moment you finish your last one, so go and hunt away. And now I want to rapid fire through a few extra things that I picked up on my travels. So here we go. Want to tell your team where to go? Press and hold the G key and then click. It pings that location. Don't have time to mouse over and level up your abilities? That's fair. Hold down the control key and press the ability key that you want to upgrade. Need to cancel an ability because you pressed it by mistake? Press S so it does not go on cooldown. Your teammate do a bad and run out of HP? It's okay, they're not dead yet. Stand on top of them until their circle fills up. You want to do this before their other circle closes. Otherwise, they're going to die and have to respawn, which takes a lot of valuable time. This circle does fill up faster if your entire team gets in the circle, so everyone should pitch in. Got a lot of running to do? Press Z and it's going to change you into a wisp, which is a sprinting form. And that should be everything that you want to know to hit the ground running in your first match of Evercore Heroes. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer them for you. If you want to see more Evercore, feel free to subscribe. I plan on covering the game a lot more in the future. Anyways, you have a fantastic day and I will see you next time.